What up, Tusha Tribe? So I was over here doing some videos for this submission. They are looking for health startups and looking to help if you win, and they're looking to help to give you some cash. And as y'all know, we are moving towards trying to get some of these clinical trials done on our project. And do you know what clinical trials require? Money, funding, investments, and grants. So if any of y'all are out there who are in this health space area and you guys work with anybody where they are looking for healthcare companies in Africa and wanting to have science and real data from Africans in Africa, can y'all please think of us and send them our way and connect us and do all of that? So anyways, because I was out here doing all this, I thought to myself, well, a little bit of story time for you guys, right? So one of the things, the other night I'd actually gone out and we were all just kind of talking about what are your favorite holidays from your whatever Western country you've come from that you kind of really miss that you don't get here. And my big main three have always been my birthday, which is next week, Friday, Halloween, and New Year's Eve. Those have always been my shit. Oh, and Thanksgiving. But since I've moved here, Thanksgiving has kind of like, I'm okay with doing it here because we've had some good friends Thanksgivings, which were perfect. But anyways, this is a little video about Halloween. I love Halloween, y'all. I love Halloween. I love Halloween. I love Halloween. All y'all know I'm from Miami, MIA 305 Dade County. And one thing that Miami does well is Halloween. Same with New York City. Halloween in the city is all of the good times. So this is just a little story of my last Halloween that I had in the city before I moved here to Kenya. So first, let me just show y'all my outfit so y'all can really be with me where I'm at. I hope this kind of like makes some sense, but if not, like whatever. But here we go. So that was my fit. That was my fit. Let's get that ring light out of that so you can't see it. But I was a crazy cat lady. As you can see, I got the rollers. Even in my hair, I had little cats in it. And then I have my little cat, that black one that's there. That was actually a purse. There was actually like space in there for my lady things. That was like one of my little dead cats. And then on my back, I actually had a stuffed cat that looked like I had flattened it because I forgot where my cat was because I had so many cats because I was a crazy cat lady, right? So anyways, I usually had a girlfriend of mine that we always do Halloween together. Oh, you've met her in one of our old videos, Shantae. We used to do Halloween together all the time, but that year she was dating some man, and you know how we are. It's like, oh, I gotta be with my man. I love him so much. Womp, womp, womp. Anyway, so she's like, well, Rita, I gotta go with him because we building something together. And I was like, one day, I think for one day you don't need to be with him, but whatever, neither here nor there. As a side note, no, they are not together. Anywho, so I was like, forget it, then I'm just gonna go hit the streets by myself. So one of these girls that I worked with, her man was loaded, okay? Like stupid loaded, all right? Like this girl used to come to court with just rocks, just like flat out, just hanging, dripping off of her. And honestly, I'm surprised she was never robbed, honestly. But again, an aside. So this girl, she had rented out one of these like little clubs over there on Houston in the Village. And on the west side. And it was like a little private party that she was like putting together. So I was like, all right, let me go pop over there and see what's up. So now y'all saw my outfit. I was dressed. I was committed. I was ready. I get to the party. 5 people were dressed. What is this? 5 of you guys are dressed. This is Halloween. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So I, partook in all of the free booze and all the free food. And I was just kind of like bored. And then, as I've always said, Jah always provides. Jah always provides. So one of my girlfriends calls me and she said, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm over at this whack ass party. Like, what's up? She was like, come out over here on 14th Street. There's a grits and biscuits party. So now for those of y'all who know, those grits and biscuits parties used to be fire. I don't know what it's like now post-COVID. I don't even know if they've really done that many. But woo, pre-COVID, them grits and biscuits parties, that used to be the shit. So she was like, come out here. I got a free ticket for you. I was like, bet, I'm coming. So now, mind you, I'm already tipsy, right? Because I've been drinking free liquor now, all right? So I hit the streets, and I'm walking up to 14th Street so I can grab the crosstown bus to get over to where the party is. And like, no lie, y'all, like I am no celebrity or whatever. On that day, I was like, yo, if this is what it feels like to be a celebrity, I don't know if this would be so much fun. I couldn't even walk like 5 seconds without somebody like taking a photo. Come here, grandma, let's take a photo. Hey girl, come here, come here. And it was fun though, because again, like I said, I was committed to this outfit, all right? So I get onto the crosstown bus. I get over to the other side. It's probably like going on like 10:30 or something like that. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I've been drinking a lot. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just soak up this liquor that's sitting in my gut with like one of those little cheap little $1 slice of pizzas. So I went over there with all the other like, you know, ne'er-do-wells, and I got one of those little slices over there down at the other end on the east side of 14th Street. So I get to the venue. And so my girlfriend's over there. I'm just waiting for her to figure out and sort out whatever's going on. And while I was waiting for her, there was like these 3 other real big, fine men like next to me, right? So we were all talking, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. And I remember the guy was like complaining because there was something wrong with his ticket, something messed up, you know, whatever. So I was like, well, you could just take this one because she's about to, like, my girlfriend worked out something different. So he was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, go ahead, take it. We'll be able to get inside. So he went inside. So we got inside. He gets inside with all his boys. And as we were kind of walking down this one walkway, the main guy from the 3 outside, he just like rolls up on me, he grabs the front of my nightgown and he pulls it open and he throws something inside, right? I was like, what the hell? And all he said, he was like, thank you, girl. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I fish around inside of my bra, and bro, this guy literally gives me $200, okay? Crumpled up 2 $100 bills, y'all. Ja always provides. Because you know what that was? That's drinking money. Yo, we got lit, like stupid lit. Like stupid. It wasn't, you know, it's like, what are you doing? And it's like, listen, this is what you do when you're young, and this is, you know, it is what it is. So anyways, it's now going on like 3:30 or something like that, right? And so, I mean, I was wasted, y'all. So it was like going on like 3:30, around 3:30 or whatever. So I was like, you know what, y'all, I'm a bounce. I'm gonna go on and get out of here, and I'm gonna go home. So, and it's like packed outside. If any of y'all been to New York City on Halloween, y'all know what it's like, right? So I'm leaving the venue, and I'm walking back to 14th Street so that I could just walk back down to the train. So as I'm walking up to 14th Street, on the right-hand side, there's like this alleyway. And all of a sudden, I just hear this, hey, psst, psst, hey, grandma, come here, grandma. So I turned around, I was like, who, me? Because, you know, I've been answering to grandma all night, right? So I was like, what? Who, me? And they were like, do you want to beat somebody? And I was like, beat somebody? I was like, what are you talking about? So I walked down this alleyway, and at the back of this alleyway, there are 3 men. They are all dressed up as Lieutenant Dan from Reno 911. And for those of y'all who do not know who that is, look, I'm going to show y'all a photo because I think you're going to totally know exactly who this character was. But here we go again on my laptop. Do you guys remember this character, Lieutenant Dan from Reno 911? Anyways, there was 3 men back there with these tiny little booty shorts. And there was one of them, they had him handcuffed behind his back, and they had a neck brace on him with a chain, and they were leading this man around the streets of New York City like a dog on a leash. So when I get back down to the alleyway, one of the guys who's holding one of the leashes, he looks at me, he was like, hey, grandma, do you want to beat him? I was like, beat him? I was like, yes, of course I do. He pulls out a huge whip, hands me the whip, and was like, beat him. Y'all, I beat this stranger in the back of an alleyway on October 31st as though he did something to me. Just cracking him, batata, batata, batata. And this guy, he's just like loving it, okay? He's like loving it. It was like some weird, I don't even know, like homoerotic. I don't even know, y'all. All I know is homeboy was loving it. I must have beat him for like 2 to 3 minutes. I must have licked on him at least 15, 20 times. Like no lie, at least 15 or 20 times. And then I was spent. You'll be surprised. It's actually very tiring to beat someone. So anyways, I gave him back his stuff. And I was like, all right, let me just carry on where I'm going. So I carry on, I get down to 14th Street, and now I'm walking towards the train. So I'm walking towards the train, and I pass this homeless couple. It was like a man and a woman, and they got their little grocery cart with all their stuff. So I passed them, and no lie, the guy was like, hey, yo, you good? So I turned around, I was like, yeah, I'm good, what's up? He's like, I've seen you over there on Avenue A at that shelter. I was like, no, I don't think you've ever seen me before. No, I've seen you before. Like, you good? Like, you all right? So his wife is looking at him, she's looking at me, and she's like, baby, that's not a real homeless person. She's in Halloween costume. He was like, you really in costume? I was like, yeah, sir. Like, this is a costume. And he was just like totally down for it. It was hysterical. So anyways, I spoke to them for a little while. We carried down. I got down to the train station. They carried on to wherever homeless people go. I don't even know. And so before I got onto the train, I was like, you know what? I need some sparkling water. You know what I mean? I had been out here all night just drinking and being a fool in the streets. I needed some hydration before I got on the train. So I walk into the CVS and I'm in the little drink section looking at all of the varieties of the drinks. There's a girl next to me. She's doing the same thing. I get over to the counter to pay, and the same girl who was next to me is in front of me at the counter just boo-hoo-hoo crying. Just, oh my God. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And she's like, I don't have the money to buy any of this. And I was like, you know what? It's Halloween. It's on me. So I buy her drinks. I buy my drinks. She's like, thank you so much. Oh my God. I was like, you're welcome. And I carry on to the train. So I get to the train. I go to swipe in my little Metro card. Y'all, there's no money left on my card. Can't even get my ass home, all right? So I go to the booth where the guy is, you know, like the MTA booth guy, and he's like down, like doing something on his phone. So I knock on the window, and I was like, hey, he like looks up, y'all, dead ass, he just fell out laughing. He started laughing so hard, I started laughing. He was laughing so hard, he's like, give me a second. Hold on, girl, hold on. He's laughing, I'm laughing. So I'm trying to explain to him what happened. He was like, look, girl, just go on for free. Just go on and get out of here. Look at you, girl. Look at you. Anyways, it was like hysterical. So I ended up getting back home. I think must have been like 5:36 a.m. finally when I got back home. And it was literally one of the best Halloweens I've ever had. And then I moved here. And I've had some Halloweens here. I've done some stuff here, but it don't hit right. It just doesn't hit right, y'all. It just doesn't hit right. But I will show you one of my little outfits that I did have for my last Halloween when I was like here. And I mean, you know, I'm a DIY fanatic. I love doing DIY stuff. I love putting like silly stuff together. But so I was a rain cloud, but it wasn't as exciting as running in the streets as that, you know? So I was a little thunder cloud. There's my little rainbow and all of my stuff. There's the sunshine, you know? So it was exciting, but not nearly as exciting as being in the city as a crazy cat lady and getting money and giving money and getting free rides and having a good time. So story time over. Talk to y'all later. Bye.